This episode of the Dollar Saving Divas podcast is brought to you by renttherunway.com.
You'll find more than 200,000 pieces and 400 designers in the Rent the Runway closet. Anything you want, one flat price.
Formal, cocktail, festive. What type of event are you attending? Get 4 or 8 day designer rentals for a fraction of the price.
And when you click through the link on our Dollar Saving Divas Facebook page, you'll save even more, and you'll help us keep this podcast free.
Look great and save money too. I'm Kelly.
And I'm Leslie.
And we're the Dollar Saving Divas. We know how hard it is to provide your family with everything they need while still being able to treat yourself.
Everyone wants to be able to afford the most fashionable accessories, the newest styles, and those special evenings out without breaking the bank.
That's for sure. Over the years, we've found some tips and tricks to make this luxury lifestyle affordable, and we want to share those secrets with you. In each of our podcasts, we'll be sharing our suggestions for luxury living for less. Everything from how to spot the secondhand deals to tips for maximizing your rewards points. We want to help you save money.
Thanks for joining us. Now let's start saving. Well, today we want to tell you about a fun adventure we had earlier this week. Christy Clark from Destination Hilliard took us on her Sweet Tooth tour through Hilliard.
It was yummy, but oh my gosh,
it was 3 hours of sugar and caffeine.
I was in a cupcake coma.
But it was fun. Lots of great people we met. And some fun places in Hilliard that I knew existed, but I'd never been into. And there was one brand new place, so it was really good. But we started out at Coffee Connections in Hilliard, and Coffee Connections is right in Old Hilliard, right on Main Street, 4004 Main Street. It's across from the new Splash Park. It's in a great location. It's in an old house. And we met with Nate and Sharon, who were lovely hosts.
The owners, they were so sweet.
Yeah.
And they have 4 kids. Holy moly.
I know. Right?
And running a business.
And running a business. It's pretty amazing. But, yeah, this was a great place. We sampled their coffee, their tea. They let us sample all of their sweets.
I remember I just, because I don't drink coffee and I really don't drink tea, so I did I stuck with the sweet stuff. I had the homemade lemonade. I had the homemade hot chocolate. I had the homemade hot cider, which was...
cider was really good.
Steamed apple juice with brown sugar, and then some kind of a syrup, they said, like a nut caramel syrup. Oh, it was just awesome.
It was good. On a cold winter day, that is great.
But the hot chocolate was really good because they actually used Ghirardelli syrup, Ghirardelli chocolate syrup. That was good. I thought they were just lovely places. I think all of their foods are locally produced, right? I think that they get their
source locally. Yeah. So Corey's Confections provides the scones and cookies. We had her, what was it, a Java chip scone?
Yes.
That she created with coffee beans, and then she uses their cold brew in the icing. That was delicious.
And then I think they also have a local woman, Renee Smith, who does all their allergy-free things. So it's free of everything except the calories.
It was really good.
It was good. And how about the little donut factory that had that sour
cream donut?
Cake donut. And I'm not a sweets eater, but this was definitely a day that all went out the window.
Yeah, that was really good. And they do food. I think Thursday through Sunday, they do some sandwiches in there, too, like a grilled cheese, peanut butter and jelly, I think.
What was that fluff and butter thing they had?
Yeah.
Oh.
I know that, yeah. So their sandwiches sound great.
Well, and they also have, which I think they have free Wi-Fi, and on Tuesday mornings, they do something called Mom's Coffee Break. I think it's at like 10 o'clock in the morning, so the mom gets a little free time. They also have space in the main building there that's free, so you can go upstairs and use...
nice meeting space.
Very nice. And then I think they have a separate building.
They have a whole building out back that they've, it's been renovated that they can use for event space. And they have a lovely outdoor seating area, too. Not for this time of year, but when it's nicer.
That space that's out back, it seats anywhere from 20 to 30 people, Nate told me. And for parties... For birthday parties and things, they just charge usually $75, which is very reasonable. Or if businesses want to utilize it, it's $25 an hour. So that's really nice. But as I said, the meeting space in the main place. It's just free. He just said, let him know. So I thought it was a great place to start our morning. And then we went off to really sweets. We went to
Cake Creations. Yeah.
Holy moly, was that good.
Yeah, Cake Creations is up on Scioto Darby Road. It's near Scioto Darby and Cosgray Road. In that little center in there, and we met with Beth, the cake lady.
Oh, she was so lovely. She said they've been there for 10 years. I had never heard of it before, but it was really good. How about that Buckeye cupcake we had?
Oh, my goodness.
It had kind of like the mousse stuff on the inside.
That was amazing. That was really good.
It was really good. And she says they restock all day long. So they just put a few items out at a time so they stay fresh. And then they just keep replenishing them. But
she does wedding cakes and all kinds of special occasion cakes.
Yes.
Beautiful.
And then they even have specials. On Tuesdays, she has $2 cupcakes instead of $2.50. And on Wednesdays, it's Teacher Day. So you buy 2 and you get 1 free of anything in her store. So I thought it was really, really nice. Also, I thought it was funny that she took over the business from her aunt. And so she was really kind of self-taught. So really never, went to any fancy, culinary institute to learn how to bake. And she said with all the things going on, I thought this was interesting too. She said, customization now is so important because of all the social media and
wasn't that interesting
like
that she was
cupcake shows and all of those kind of things. She says people now really want something different, and they see something on TV and that's what they want.
Or they go onto Pinterest and look at all the different ideas and come in with ideas. So she's doing a lot more custom cakes, which I thought was really interesting. But she just had some beautiful pictures of the cakes that she's done.
Oh, they were lovely. And then we did is we walked across the
parking lot.
We got a lot of exercise in that day, didn't we?
We needed more exercise.
Yeah, we definitely needed more exercise. And we went to Whit's, which I thought was very interesting. I had heard of them before. I have never been in one, and I knew it was a kind of a franchise, but I didn't know that it started in Granville, Ohio. So it's kind of a Columbus-based kind of company.
Yeah. And Judy was wonderful. She let us taste all kinds of wonderful things. I had a salted caramel brownie something or other that was delicious.
I had a dreamsicle.
Oh, that's right.
It was.
I tasted that. That was good.
It was good. And then what did she say her most popular thing is? Here we go with the Buckeye theme again. Buckeye Madness. She said it was vanilla custard with a Reese cup and chocolate syrup.
Yeah, that was really good. And they make it fresh all day long there.
That's what she said. And she said even at the end of the day, then they hand pack what's left over and put it in their freezer. And that's what they're
going to... So you can get pints. Yeah, you can go in and get pints to go.
Which is really nice because it's very, very fresh. Well, the one thing we wanted to mention is we know they're going to be closing down in sometime in December.
Their last day at that current location is December 11th, but then they're going to reopen in early February in Old Hilliard.
I heard that. It's where the old barber shop used to be on Main Street. So look for them to open early February, and their address is going to be 4138 Main Street. And I think I love the way that she talked about her work ethic. And it was train to manage. And she loves to have high school students, and she usually has anywhere from 12 to 15 staff members, but she trains to manage. And I think that it's really important that's her work ethic.
It says a lot about her.
It does. Well, it was wonderful. And then where did we go? We went to a place, I remember
we went to Kitamu, which is a coffee shop on Hilliard Rome Road near Tin Apple. Met with Mo, who is the owner.
Everybody seemed to know Mo.
Everybody knows Mo.
They walked in the door, hi, Mo, and it's like,
Kitamu is kind of like the hub, the social hub. There are a lot of people that come in there. A lot of the kids from the high schools hang out there. They've got Mo's a musician, so he's got a lot of instruments in the back that people can come in and pick up a guitar and play, and they have some live music.
There were 2 girls back there playing the guitar and singing when we were there. I thought that was very cool. And I guess, what is it, every Saturday sometimes they have artists that come in? He said he's had over, in the 6 years he's been there, over 850 artists have played there. And even some popular bands have even been in there. I thought that was very interesting. He had a lot of local artwork. He had, how about that cupcake? That lavender
tangerine cupcake that
dash of sweet.
Another local baker.
Is where he gets that.
Provides that.
And all their coffee, I didn't know, did we talk about where their coffee and their teas come from?
He uses Stoff's coffee. I had an Ethiopian dark roast. It was a pour over, and delicious, smooth. It was really good. I know you're not a coffee drinker, so this means nothing to you, but it was
absolutely
delicious.
nothing. When you during the course of the day, I know you were talking about like coffee coming from a republic or whatever. I didn't know.
Fair trade, not fair trade. Yeah.
I'm like, what are they talking about? It's like, I have not a clue about what they're talking about. But if you're going to talk about ice cream or something like that,
I'm all in.
I'm totally in on that. Well, speaking of ice cream, we walked
next door.
Next door again. Got a lot of exercise in again, and to the little ice cream shop with Mark and Jeff. They were just the nicest guys.
That was what a fun place that is.
Oh my gosh. And
they gave us so many samples of ice cream.
They just kept, thank goodness they were on those little spoons.
Try this flavor.
I go, really? I don't really know. No, here, you have to try this. How about the peppermint stick?
Peppermint stick and the eggnog, the seasonal flavors right now.
Butter pecan. They had hot cocoa. I just said the eggnog ice cream, you just pour a little rum over it. Oh, make a float even, right?
An eggnog float.
Eggnog float. Woohoo.
They had a salted caramel ice cream. Everything we tried was wonderful. And they make it all on site. Which I didn't realize that they're making it right there.
They had the best raspberry sorbet I've ever had. I said, what a great palate cleanser you could have, between your salad and your entree. If you were having guests over, you could just take a little melon scoop, put it on a little teeny plate, and serve it with one of those little baby spoons.
Yeah.
And off you go. I like the orange creamsicle too, but the raspberry sorbet was my favorite.
Yeah.
I thought it was really cute when Jeff said, we specialize in really good.
And they do.
It was really good.
And they do a lot for charity there too, which I thought was nice. They do a lot for the schools. Do some charity events, and they're doing something here soon where they're going to donate back to the Hilliard Food Pantry. So I like that. You know what I liked? Just the sense of community. All these places that we went to, they all work together. They locally source all of their things. They all knew each other.
That's what I found interesting.
And they're all in conversations. Yeah,
and it's not like they're in competition. They're actually
promoting each other's products and working together. And it was nice. I mean, Hilliard's not really it's not a small town anymore, but it has that small town feel. And I thought that was just a nice sense of community with these different.
They even mentioned
vendors.
They even said that like Beth at the Cake Creations said, well, she uses, Whit's. And then Judy at Whit said, oh, yeah, sometimes when we get cakes, we bring them over. I think that sense of camaraderie and community is really important. Yeah. And Hilliard's really growing. So, it's really important that all these people, work together.
And give back to the community, which they do.
Well, and last, but certainly not least, because by this time
we were surprised when we went in this place. Oh, my gosh.
Diamond's Ice Cream was so much more than an ice cream parlor.
It is not just ice cream. If you're driving by, they only opened in November, so they haven't been there very long. It says Diamond's Ice Cream on the sign, but they have food, and you can go in there for a meal. They have the most amazing selection of things.
And they're very different. It's Hispanic. However, it's not traditional things that you would think of like a taco or a burrito. They had some really amazing things. And oh my gosh, were they the most gracious people? They didn't just give us samples. They made full things of nachos. And how about that corn on the cob on the stick?
The corn on the cob, right. First of all, I've been doing corn on the cob wrong all these years because this is the way you need to do corn on the cob.
It's a whole meal.
It is corn on the cob. It's got mayonnaise, melted cheese, powdered cheese, chili powder. Oh, it was fantastic.
All I needed was a margarita, and I was set to go.
They did have tequila ice cream. You could have had the tequila and almond ice cream as a side.
And they only charged $2.99 for that. I was just, And then she made those nachos locos, and she put the corn on that, and the jalapenos.
Good.
Oh, my goodness.
And they have gourmet popsicles. So, first of all, they have ice cream. Let's make that clear. They do have all kinds of ice cream.
They do. I have never seen, but those popsicles, how many flavors. They were so pretty.
They were beautiful. They're like layered with pieces of fruit in them. They're too pretty to eat.
And that's the one thing.
I would eat them.
Everything was, really fresh produce.
They were making the fresh fruit arrangements, the pineapple with the spears with grapes and bananas and fresh fruit.
Everything was so pretty.
It was lovely.
And they had that, the juices over there that they made fresh. I really like that. I had the eggnog juice, and then I also had a mixed fruit juice. What did you have?
I had horchata. which is a Mexican beverage. It's rice water. It's like a creamy beverage with some vanilla and cinnamon. It was really, really good. I'd heard of it. I had never had it before, but it's delicious.